So, what do we think of this? This is the Hot Wheels HW50 concept. I like it a lot. Was very excited when I saw this in the shop. Had to buy it. Look at the aggressive stamps on it, the styling. I like it very much. I like all the detail on it, exposed detail, which I'm going to have a lot of fun with, I think. I'm kind of inspired to do this as a Rutherford car. I think the reason for that is purely because it's sort of a military green colour, which is where the inspiration came from. Yeah, so I decided I'm actually going to repaint the thing. So here it is, sitting in a pot of paint remover, paint stripper. Hopefully that won't take too long. So they've been stripped of paint. I've undercoated them all in grey, apart from the interior, which I've undercoated in matte black. I've then gone over and done a coat of Angel Green by Army Painter on all of the body of the car and the bits of the base of the car that you're going to see. And I've also just painted in just the cross brace there on the front in Angel Green. You'll see why in a bit. So what I'm going to do now is just get on with some dry brushing. And that will be a mixture of Angel Green and Army Green. Just a 50-50 mix of the two colours. Just to lighten up the base coat a bit, but hopefully leave some of the recesses a little bit darker. Trying to keep the majority of the strokes in a downward direction, just to pick out the bits of the car that the light would naturally catch. And I'm coming in now with a very light dry brush of just the Army Green, very, very light, just to finish it off. And so when the car's put back together, so you can see the struts are now continuing where the struts are on the main casting, so that looks kind of unified. I'm now going to paint in all the metallic bits with this Vallejo Game Colour Silver. I like Vallejo Game Colour Silver because it covers well and it's very shiny. Shiny's good because I'll be using some washes later on, which will dull it down a little bit. So, a little bit of progress. These are the component parts. As you can see, the metallic bits I've now painted in metal, so the engine and there's a fancy grill thing at the back, and what I'm guessing are exhaust pipes or something. Anyway, they're metal. So that's all done. I've also stuck a little panel in the top of the glass bit there, so that will fill the hole in the roof, because I don't want to paint a driver, so I don't really want it to be obvious that there's no driver in there. So that's where I am now. What I'm going to do, I think, is probably do some washing on the metallic bits just to bring in a little bit of depth. What I'm using for that is the Army Painter Dark Tone and their Quick Shade Wash Medium. I use about 50-50 of the wash shade to the medium, and just a touch of water just to let it flow a bit better. When you're using washes, just be careful you don't use too much. You want to be careful it's not pooling. But other than that, it's a really straightforward process. Okay, so I've popped it back together. As you can see, there's a bit more sort of definition in the metallic parts now. I'm now going to be coming in with Military Shader, again from Army Painter. I'll be painting this neat with maybe a touch of water over all of the green painted areas, just to try and give it a bit of depth, a bit of shade, a bit of visual interest. Now that's done, I'll just leave it to dry. What I'm going to use now is these things here, Decals. I'm just going to stick it on the side here. So you can completely submerge it if you want, but I'm just going to drop some water on it here. So basically it just takes a bit of time, just let it soak in, and eventually the film with the decal printed on it will just lift off. So there you go, so that's ready to go. So I tend to just lift it off and then stick it on. So that's on there, that's fine. just with a bit of tissue, press it on to get rid of the moisture. There you go, that's it. So here we are with the decals applied. Got some stars on the door there, and one on the other side as well to match it. I've got some numbers on the roof, and I've also used some checkered decals that I've got as well, just to make it look a little bit more eye-catching. So that's where I am so far. Okay, so I've decided I'm using the original wheels. I don't think they need a lot doing to them. So here's the originals. This is what they are straight off the car. And I've decided all I really need to do is just do this. Just put some metallic spokes on the interior of the wheel. And that's about all I'm going to do. Now we've reached the final details bit of the build. And I was trying to think about weaponry, etc. And you know what? I'll keep it simple. So I've got just a little bit of plasticard there, like a strip. And I have glued 3 3D printed rockets to it. So I get this painted up, and that will be the main armament for the vehicle. Right, so I guess the next stage then I'll do a little bit of weathering. I'm not going to do too much, and I don't want to make it all rusty and weathered, but I'm going to do a little bit of weathering now. So I'm going to be dry brushing with Desert Yellow from Army Painter, which is my favourite paint for this job. So here it is all stuck together and dry brushed a bit of sort of dusty, dry brushy weathering going on. For the moment I think that will do. We'll get the weapon stuck on it and then just see if there's any final little details that need doing. Here it is done. Weapon is now on. It's a rocket rack. Rockets have been painted. They got red noses on them because of course everyone knows that rockets have got to have red noses. They've got to be white with red noses. There is no other option in my mind. So it's finished, it's done. I don't think I need to do anything else with it, to be honest with you. Maybe the wheels are a little bit shiny, but I can live with that. So let's get over to the glamour shots, shall we? So people, thanks ever so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd be so kind as to like or subscribe, that would be great. It really helps the channel out. And maybe let us know in the comments below what team you think we should build next. But for now, that's me signing out. See you on the other side, Wastelanders.